Welcome to The View. Jer here with your Leeds news, and if they don't stop calling off games, this is going to get really tricky to do every day. I thought we might struggle with news, but then I thought, there'll be 2 games a week pretty soon. Is there any other clubs that anybody would like some daily news on, or other sports that we could talk about? I hear chess is great to watch. I'm struggling with football. I really am. So, yeah, we're going to run out of stuff to talk about. I am talking to a journalist at the moment in the UK who's done some stuff on Leeds in the past, who you'll know, but I won't name him just yet until I get a chance to actually sit down and talk to him about doing an interview just around where Leeds are this season. So fingers crossed that'll happen over the next couple of days or over the weekend, and have some new content, as well as the 49ers stuff that we're talking to some people on as well, around getting them on to do some, give us some detail on the 49ers ownership model. So trying to get some different type of content that's out there. But we'll crack on with the news today, and there's a little bit, but it's going to get sparse this week. I know it is. So we'll start off with this. Chris Klassen and Leo Kjelde have been called up to the Norway under-21 national side. Leo Kjelde, who's been pushing more and more for a first-team start with the Leeds team this season, and Chris Klassen, who's kind of in this weird limbo place with Robles coming in, and is he second choice or third choice, or under 21 or not under 21? It's a tricky place for him, but both called up to international sides, so well done to them both. People who will maybe miss out on national call-ups, Liam Cooper looks like he could miss out, mostly due to his injured start to the season, which is understandable. But he looks like he's going to miss out on the call-up for this, but he should be okay. He should be okay for the next set of international games. And the break that we're getting right now hopefully will give us a chance to get him back and fit again, which would be great. Games that are called off this weekend. Let's get to the fun stuff. Leeds and Man United is off. It is one of the only 3 matches that have been called off. And I'm going to read out the exact statement that was sent by the Premier League. So you can see it on screen right now. And this is what the Premier League had to say. Premier League fixtures will resume this weekend after a pause to the season as a mark of respect following the passing of Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II. 7 of the 10 Premier League games fixtures this weekend will be played, with 3 games postponed due to events surrounding the Queen's funeral. In addition, kick-off times will change to 2 Premier League matches. Games postponed on Sunday the 18th of September are Chelsea FC's home game to Liverpool at Stamford Bridge, and Manchester United's home match versus Leeds. Brighton Hove Albion's FC's fixture with Crystal Palace, due to be played at 3 p.m. on Saturday the 17th, will also remain postponed. This weekend's scheduled matches are, and you can see it on screen there, following extensive consultation with close police, local safety advisory groups and other relevant authorities, there was no other option but to postpone these 3 fixtures. The Premier League would like to thank the UK Football Policing Unit and the other policing forces around the country, as well as the broadcast partners, for their support during this process. And it goes on then. New dates will be set. It's disappointing as well, but you can understand the amount of policing that is required for Manchester United versus Leeds United is massive. So you can kind of understand if policing resources are being pulled away, but if the UK policing force has been reduced by 25% over the last 3 years, you can kind of understand why they're a bit stretched. It always seems like a strange thing for countries. They did it in Ireland as well. Reducing your police force, it always seems like an odd thing to do. But there you go. So that's the situation there. It's going to get really tricky though when we get into rearranging these fixtures, because there isn't many gaps in the calendar with the World Cup this year. So, I mean, there's going to be problems. This is going to cause issues with teams not having enough games. Manchester United being in Europe for the time being anyway. I can you're just kicking a can with a problem down the road a little bit, I think. So it's a problem in the making, I think, on its own thing. But Greater Manchester Police did say that they postponed the game on the back of their advice from the safety advisory group. So safety first, I suppose. Moving on then to some better news and some new comings. We reported this a while ago. Well, we didn't report it. We read it out. Someone else reported it, and we read it out. Rory Mahady has signed a 2-year contract with Leeds. He signed a scholarship deal after moving from Celtic. For those who are unaware of the pronunciation of the name, it's Mahady. They might pronounce it differently in Scotland. The name in Ireland, the Celtic version of the name in Ireland, is pronounced Mahady. So, and I know a couple of Mahadys. So, Rory Mahady. I'm going to call him that until someone tells me it's Mahady. It could be Mahady, couldn't it? Scottish. Could be. I'm saying Mahady. We're going with that for now. So that's going to be an interesting one. So 2-year scholarship deal. Looks like a very promising goalkeeper. Had spent 9 years at Celtic underage level. And there's a fantastic photograph of him and his father signing a contract just there. Hasn't been announced by Leeds just yet, but this picture has leaked out. And he did say his goodbyes to Celtic. So that's Rory Mahady. Moving on to Meslier, who has been named as the 5th most impactful goalkeeper in Europe in the under 25 category. What they do with this, it's a CIES football observatory. They take into account the average match level, so the opposition you're playing against, the division you're playing in, the amount of minutes that you have played in the last 365 days, as well as your on-pitch performance. And Meslier had a calculated score of 84.5, which put him just behind Aaron Ramsdale from Arsenal, Kober at Dortmund, Costa at Porto, and Donnarumma at PSG. So good company for Meslier to be in, and you just know he's going to be the next big player to leave, don't you? He's too young to go. We need to hang on to him. He's going to be a cracking goalkeeper. And moving on to other news about players coming in that has maybe got a couple of spanners in the work. And Fabiano Parisi, the Empoli left-back, 22-year-old, who was named earlier in the week as being a potential signing for Leeds. According to the Empoli sporting director, Pietro Accardi, he has said that Leeds may be left frustrated here, that the player has never given any indication that he wanted to leave, and that they took him off the transfer market by extending his contract. That's a translation from Italian. So basically, by giving him a new contract, they've removed any interest in him from the market because his price will go up. Understandable there. But it says a renewed contract, he won't be going anywhere. Leeds are still linked with Kai Wagner as well, and he's been pulled into this as well. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in January before and makes an opinion on that one. And then finally, this popped up earlier in the week. I wanted to give it a bit of time to breathe to see if there's anything actually in this before we said anything about it. But Red Bull Salzburg striker, I know it's a Red Bull Salzburg player. I know. But 1 out of 2 ain't bad so far. So Noah Okafor, 22-year-old striker who had an incredible game against AC Milan during the week or last week, has been linked with Leeds. And according to his agent, a bid between 20 and 30 million, in and around 25 million, they reckon, would be enough to get the service of the striker. He's got 6 goals in 11 games so far this season, and is one of the most interested Swiss players, according to his agent. Interested? People are looking at him. People are interested in him. So, Noah Okafor, possibly a sign coming in. Do we need another striker after getting Gnonto now? It depends, I suppose, what he does in the next couple of weeks. He's got 19 days before he has to even think about kicking a ball. Who thought this was a good idea? 19 days. Aston Villa, 2nd October is the next game. We got to come up with something in the meantime. So I am going to keep trying to do the daily news videos. I am away next week in Seattle in the States with work for a week. So I am going to try and do the videos remotely. They won't look the same, but I'll try and do them remotely while I'm away as well. So I've got a work event. I'm over there for a week. So it's Friday, not this Friday. Following Friday, I'm gone for a week. So that's the story. That's the crack today. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with some news if there is any. We'll wait and see. See you then. Bye.